Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers.
Ready? I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Ready?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
20.
Now it's Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On third down, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Ready? Get ready? Mike 50, check.
On first down, Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
15-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. On the ground, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
He may try and run for this. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Here we go on 4. Newton. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check, 59, 59. Let's go, D.
Inside.
Long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Here we go.
Over.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
59.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. We're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Now Newton on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
That's it. 388. 44. I got one.
draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey down to the 25. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton, and he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Olivier Vernon. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, one thing's for sure. When you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot
best.
on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now on 2nd and 16. Newton sliding out of the pocket. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Gun.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down, Newton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Well, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they? Well,
they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Safe. Check side. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come out here in the eye. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Check 37. Check 50. Hey, you block over here.
They'll try again with Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal. Here's Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Rodgers now to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Check 52, come on. And watch the leg.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
I can't believe they let you play.
Gun.
52.
From the 45 on second down, Newton.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
First down, Panthers.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, I think this is a free play for Newton. He'll buy some time right. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
And it's third down.
Newton on third down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 43. Wide, get wide.
And an alley to run. The 20. They will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
The shotgun snap for Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Newton. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 99, check 99.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Mike's 50. Mike's 59. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Olivier Vernon in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 39-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go, baby. We turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Mike's 59. Mike. Hey, Mike. Watch the car.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Rodgers now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Yeah, Liz. I'm coming after you.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. Touchdown, Packers. Jay Sternberger, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton, and he's got the hook up to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Great. 20.
Operating from the gun, Newton, and he fires one, but incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
20.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
You don't want it. Jet 300. Jet 300. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Back north. Hey, Delta.
Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They tried to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with a time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
He may try and run for this. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Newton buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Throwaway and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Yo.
To throw again. Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 44. Mike, 44. Go.
One last throw here for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Packers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.